What happens when a mythos becomes marketing, when it's reduced to being no more than that? I mean, let me just recap a few things that I've talked about in recent videos, just to catch you up if you've not been watching. See, if we accept that anything with a committed fandom that's seen its own culture, fan culture, spontaneously arise, if we accept that that's what we could call a modern mythology, and see the many previous videos that I've made exploring this topic, then we got to ask, what beloved sci-fi that managed to achieve that was ever meant to be a corporate property? So if the answer is none, then why is the stuff that we love now just content? I mean, this is what happens when the mythos gets handed to the marketing department, right? When the stories are owned by suits. And the greats, those who made the stories that we love, that we've built these cultures, these societies around, they didn't build franchises, they built myths, which spawned cultures. And even they didn't know they were doing it at the time. I mean, George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry, for instance, they were both pretty surprised at the culture that grew around their stories. It had never happened before, but it happened anyway here. And they and others like them, they created stories that infected the soul and stayed there. And so something grew from that. But, you know, so much of today's sci-fi, it's created by sales-focused suits. It's filtered through marketing algorithms, tested by focus groups, scrubbed clean by legal teams for sensitivity. It doesn't dare to ask anything meaningful because that's not seen to be a profitable thing to do. Those in charge, they don't really care about what it says, only how it sells. And I know, if you've been watching, I'm a broken record at this point, but catch this bit, okay? Because I'm building to something here. If you control the myth, you control the culture that tells that myth, or at least you can try to. When Tolkien created that world, then he defined what that culture would be, whether he intended to or not. And of course, we've seen the fallout from what's happening around the Tolkien world lately. But for the suits, it isn't quite as easy to define a culture, but not for the lack of trying. And again, look at what's been happening. I mean, look at the in-house fighting between fans of any IP, and you'll see the battle lines drawn between those who want to protect what it was and those who are just happy to see anything on screen with the Star Wars brand on it or the Lord of the Rings brand on it. As long as it comes with the title and some of the costumes that you're familiar with, some people are happy. Some people can easily be redirected as long as they get their favourite characters fed to them, the favourite references and Easter eggs, whatever. And I'm happy for them. If that's you, I'm really happy for you. But in just so many cases, the culture isn't for turning. And so a chasm appears, a fracture between those unwilling to let go of what was theirs, that they had a sense of belonging to, and those that are. And those who were never there in the first place, but they've come along recently. Because so far, studios have been really happy to write off die-hard fans as ists and phobes and haters, or just call them hateful in some way, and then leave them behind to pivot to a new audience, which typically isn't nearly as big as they thought it would be. And that's what we see so much of right now, right? All the modern myths are being weaponized to do nothing but sell you sequels and spin-offs and merch. And hey, look, there's nothing wrong with sequels and spin-offs and merch. That's okay with something being commercial. I mean, look, hang on. See, I buy into this stuff too, you know? I support the things that I love. Money isn't evil, and movies cost money to make. I'm on board with that, and I'm on board with making money from it. It's just that what was once original, creative, profound and powerful, dangerously human and even sacred is now just product. And that's nothing more than that. And it's just lost something, hasn't it? It's lost its soul. But there's another way. There is hope. So let's go beyond complaining to creating. Let's push back. I say this all the time. A real mythos is built by those who understand it. It's protected by those who love it. And all of them should have a level of ownership. That's why exuno exists, as an antidote to just all of this. So check out the website to see what I'm talking about. It may just blow your mind. Let's do something about this. And have your say right here. So let me know in the comments, What's the one sci-fi story that meant everything to you until the suits got their hand on it? Get it off your chest. Let's talk it out. Definitely check out the website to see what we're doing. We're making a new mythology, a new universe, a new timeline. It's a whole new thing, but we're doing it in a very different way, where you have the power and nobody can take it from you, pivot to a new direction, go looking for a new audience, because you're not just watching it, you're telling it and you're owning it. But check out the website, go have a look, see what you think, and come and let me know. But I hope to see you next time, and thanks for listening.